Drew Brees won a Super Bowl MVP, and we caught up with him yesterday, and he's in California, and I asked him where he was when he joined us.
Honestly, I sat here and I said, I'm going on with DP today. I've done this a bunch of times with you. I know you've been to a lot of interesting places, Super Bowls, studio setups. Have you ever done one on the beach in Southern California?
No, I haven't. But it looks good. I mean, anybody recognize you on the beach?
It's a little hazy out. People are walking their dogs. We got some surfers out here. Let's check them out.
Okay.
Cardiff, California. This is the river mouth right here. This is a good little surf spot. We got some decent swell today.
Okay, we're going to play the Drew Brees. How many Pro Bowls did he actually take a snap in? I think you were in 13 Pro Bowls. Does that sound about right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's right.
How many snaps did Drew Brees take? How many Pro Bowls did he take a snap in? Paulie, I'll go to you.
Drew's a really competitive guy. He probably bailed on a few because of an air quotes injury. I'm going to go 11.
11. Marvin?
I'm going to go 9.
Todd?
I'm going to say 8.
I'm going to say 12. Drew?
Man, I got to think back on this. I think I did not play in 2. So it would be then I took snaps in 11.
Okay. That's pretty impressive.
One was 09 when we went to the Super Bowl because they did this. Well, that was the first year they did the Pro Bowl prior to the Super Bowl. And then after the 18 season, I did not play in that one.
And there was hitting back then.
So I dislocated my left elbow in the 06 Pro Bowl after the 06 season.
Oh, boy.
That was Terrell Suggs. Yeah, he got a little aggressive.
And I've talked about this a couple of times. Brady came out and said it's a tragedy that these quarterbacks are coming in and starting right away and they have to dumb down the offense. And I disagree because they're coming in older. A lot of them have played at a couple of different schools. All your recent Heisman Trophy winners have played at a couple of schools. You're coming in, it feels like you already got money from NIL, so you've been a professional before being a professional. So I don't look at it the way it was when Tom came in. I think it's different. Your thoughts?
Well, look, first off, I think the NIL and transfer portal thing is a bit of a disaster. I don't think it's giving kids the opportunity to truly develop the way that they normally would. I think too often guys are in situations where if they don't get what they want, if they're getting coached too hard or if they face a little bit of adversity, they just jump ship. I don't think that's the message that we want to send to young people, especially our future leaders. I think, look, there's no better example than the game we just saw on Sunday against LSU and USC, right? You got Miller Moss and was it Garrett Nussmeier, right? Two guys who have had to sit for a couple of years at USC and LSU respectively. Very easily could have transferred out. Others did, right? And it bounced around quite a bit. Those guys chose to stick it out, sat behind a couple Heisman winners, playing for some great coaches in some great systems. And man, I thought those two guys played phenomenal the other night. And I think, honestly, they're both going to have really, really good seasons. And I would venture to guess if you sat there and talked to them that they would give a lot of credit to the fact that they stuck it out and they kind of weathered the storm, so to speak. And they kind of bided their time and waited for their opportunity. And now they're taking full advantage of it. I think it gives you a lot of gratitude. You appreciate it more when you have to go through some of those tough times. So I think that's part of the formula too. Look, there was all this speculation about, Arch Manning, right? If he didn't start right away, does he end up transferring out? I think the best thing for Arch Manning is to stay right where he is. Yours is the guy. Yours is going to have a great season. They're going to be national championship contenders this year. And then Arch Manning is going to get his opportunity as a third-year player. And guess what? He's going to be ready, right? So I hope that guys are watching and learning from some of the examples that are being set by some of these other guys.
What would Patrick Mahomes have to do to, in your mind, be better than Tom Brady?
Well, look, you got to look at the body of work, man. Body of work of Tom Brady, right? 23 NFL seasons. I don't know how many AFC championship games, but 10 Super Bowl appearances, 7 Super Bowl wins, right? Period. Stop. End of discussion, right? So, and the consistency, I think, year in and year out, right? I mean, what the Chiefs and what Patrick Mahomes are accomplishing is remarkable. It really is. I mean, I think they're a better team on paper right now than they were last year and the year before, right? So as they go for an unprecedented third championship run, I think we're all sitting back saying, man, I can't wait to watch it happen, right? And would that put them in a whole new stratosphere? Yes, from the perspective of 3 in a row, it's never been done before. But to me, you still have to put together the body of work. The body of work. To do it for 23 NFL seasons like Brady did is remarkable.
When you guys, after you'd won your title, trying to repeat the following season, what was the biggest obstacle?
I mean, look, expectation, right? The way I always felt like with expectations was there's no expectation that can be put on us from the outside that is greater than the expectation we have for ourselves, right? And if you approach every day like you always have something to prove and you are only as good as your next performance, then you're not worried about the noise from the outside. You just focus on each and every day. How can I get better? How can I be the best leader I can be? How can I get the best out of my teammates? And you expect adversity. I think you have to expect challenges and expect adversity, and you embrace it. You embrace it as an opportunity to get better. Like I kind of get worried if things were too good. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just kind of waiting for the shoe to drop. It's not that you're pessimistic, but it's like, man, we have to be prepared for the challenges and know how to overcome that adversity and recognize that's going to help us get to where we want to go. And without it, we wouldn't have been able to get there.
What's your Super Bowl pick?
Well, let's just take the two, maybe the favorites, right? So you've got KC on one side, you probably have the Niners on the other, right? I think Philly's going to make another run at it, right? They have their Super Bowl, storybook season, lose to the Chiefs in a close game, and then they kind of have that downward, Super Bowl hangover year, and so they're going to come back with a vengeance, I'm sure. So they're going to be a contender. Look, man, I love C.J. Stroud and DeMeco Ryan and that Texans team, man. I think they're building something. At some point, Lamar Jackson is going to be sick and tired of hearing about the Chiefs. I'm sure he already is, right? But he's got a chance to make a statement tomorrow night, right? So that's kind of the AFC picture. The NFC picture, man, who's going to knock off the Niners, right? I don't know. It's I think they're certainly the favorite. I think they still have all the pieces in place. I think they're sick and tired of getting to the big game and not quite being able to get it. I'm sure they'd love another crack at the Chiefs. Third time's a charm.
Tell us what you're doing with Sports Illustrated tickets.
Yeah, so Sports Illustrated tickets. I am an investor. I am an ambassador. I'm a believer in this ticket platform. It is a fan-first ticketing platform. We're part of the NFL Ticket Network, one of the very few companies that is. We have a very transparent process in the way that we sell tickets to our fans. The price that you see is the price that you get. There's no hidden fees like the other platforms. We want to be fan-first, extremely transparent. We have tickets to every NFL game, tickets to every major concert, every major venue and event around the country. So if you don't have your NFL tickets this year and you want to get them, go to sitickets.com. You got you covered.
Good to talk to you. I think you were on Sports Illustrated cover 8 times. Does that sound right?
I think so, yeah. That was, by the way, that was a childhood dream, right? I mean, that was like the Wheaties box, cover of Sports Illustrated. It's what you dreamt about as a kid, right? And so to have that opportunity and now be aligned with the brand the way that I am, it's really a dream come true.
Good to talk to you. Enjoy the season. Thanks for joining us as always.
You got it, DP. Thanks, man.
It's former Saints quarterback, future Hall of Famer Drew Brees joining us from the coastline out there.